Hello, you guys, and welcome back to the Abundance Lab with me, Lauren Marie. Today, we're talking about something that I think does not get nearly enough attention in the manifestation world, and that is wealth capacity. We all say that we want more money, more freedom, more abundance. But what happens when it actually starts to flow in? For so many people, the nervous system freaks the fuck out. Subconsciously, it doesn't feel safe to hold or sustain more. And that is when self-sabotage kicks in. Something else that I see happen a lot is people who have manifested wealth, have manifested business success or their dream house or a high paying salary. But then they want more and they're at a ceiling and they feel like manifestation isn't working anymore because they can't get past. They did it once, but they can't do it again. So in this episode, I'm going to break down what wealth capacity actually is, the science behind why you might be blocking your wealth without even realizing it, and how you can expand your ability to receive and keep more without burnout, without anxiety, and without hustling harder. So let's get into it. What is wealth capacity? When I say wealth capacity, I mean your nervous system and subconscious mind's ability to hold, receive, and sustain abundance. It's one thing to call money in, but if your body and subconscious don't feel safe with it, you'll always find ways to push it away. Think of it like this. If your subconscious thermostat for money is set to a certain level, you'll always find yourself circling back to that comfort zone no matter how much you make. That's why you might get a raise, but then suddenly have surprise expenses. Manifest money only to overspend it right away. Or struggle to save because deep down, holding money feels unsafe. Wealth capacity is about raising that thermostat. So your body, mind, and energy can actually sustain more overflow without freaking out. And the science behind receiving is really integral for this. So here's where my neuroscience background is going to come in. Your brain is wired for safety. This is a fact for every single human being on earth. Your brain is wired for safety. And in terms of the brain, safety equals familiarity. So if more money, more freedom, or more abundance feels unfamiliar, your nervous system can and most likely will interpret it as a threat. That's why you may experience anxiety when you think about big numbers, guilt when you receive money or gifts, fear of losing it all once you get it. It's not that you don't want more. It's that your subconscious hasn't been programmed to feel safe with more. Think about generational patterns too. If your family struggled with money or taught you beliefs like money doesn't grow on trees, rich people are greedy, you have to work hard to deserve it, those beliefs now live in your subconscious. They shrink your capacity because deep down your system believes more money equals danger, rejection, or overwork. So wealth capacity is not just about mindset. It's about rewiring your brain and body to expand what feels safe and normal to receive. Signs that your wealth capacity is limited. Let's pause here because you might be wondering, okay, Lauren, how do I know if my wealth capacity needs expanding? First of all, I will say if you do not currently hold the wealth that you desire, you need to expand your wealth capacity. But here are some signs. You make more money, but it keeps slipping away quickly. You feel guilty receiving, whether that's money, help, opportunities, love, anything. If you resist receiving, that also is actually a sign that you need to tap way more into your feminine energy. You avoid looking at your finances because it feels overwhelming. You procrastinate on raising your prices or asking for a raise. Or money manifests inconsistently. Highs and lows, feast and famine cycles. This last one was the one that I personally was stuck in for a good year in my business. Feast and famine, like clockwork. Every other month was a high cash month and a low cash month for a good 6 months before I went in and cleared my fear that was subconsciously causing this cycle to continue on. All of these are symptoms that your subconscious and nervous system haven't yet caught up with the level of abundance that you're calling in. So let's talk about how to actually expand your wealth capacity. Here is the framework that I use with my clients. I have talked about it before. Awareness, clearing and rewiring, regulating the nervous system, and embodiment. These are always going to be the 4 steps that you need to take to see shifts in your mindset, no matter what area of life it is. So start noticing your body's reactions to money. Do you feel anxious checking your bank account? Do you tighten up when someone pays you a compliment or hands you a gift? That's your nervous system signaling a capacity block. Tools like my subconscious reprogramming, EFT tapping, NLP, these are all going to help you actually release old beliefs like I'm not worthy, or I'll lose it all, or I have to work hard to be abundant. Regulating your nervous system. You have to train your body to feel safe with more. It's like if you were running a marathon. You wouldn't wake up one day and go run 26.3 miles. You train. You slowly work your way up. You start with 1, and then 3, and then 5, and then 7, and then 12, and then 20. You slowly increase. You train your body to be able to run a marathon. You need to train your body to be able to receive wealth. That can look like breath work, grounding practices, slowly exposing yourself to new levels of wealth. You can do this by going to an open house for a mansion, walking around a rich neighborhood, going and test driving an expensive car, celebrating small wins instead of rushing to the next goal. All of these things are going to help regulate and expand your nervous system. And embodiment. Practice being the version of you who already holds more. For example, instead of asking, can I afford this? Ask, does this align with my highest self? Make decisions from overflow, not scarcity. One of my clients came to me terrified of raising her prices. Deep down, she felt like no one would pay her, and if they did, they'd resent her. And after doing a subconscious reprogramming session and expanding her nervous system for weeks, she not only raised her prices with confidence, but she also started attracting clients who happily paid in full. And here's the key: she felt safe receiving it. That is wealth capacity. Expanding your wealth capacity matters because without it, you will always hit an invisible ceiling. You can journal, manifest, and hustle all you want, but until your body and your subconscious believe it's safe to have more, you will keep sabotaging it. When you expand your wealth capacity, money flows in and stays. That is the key. It's staying. Opportunities feel exciting instead of overwhelming, and you move from surviving to thriving. It's not just about more money. It's about the peace, freedom, and joy that come from knowing you can handle abundance with ease. So let's recap. Wealth capacity is your ability to hold and sustain more abundance. If your subconscious doesn't feel safe with more, you'll sabotage it without realizing it. And by rewiring your beliefs, regulating your nervous system, and embodying overflow, you can expand your wealth capacity and finally receive with ease. If you're listening to this and you're like, yes, this is exactly what I've been struggling with, I would love to support you. You can book a free connection call with me. The link will be in the show notes, and we will uncover where your wealth capacity is blocked and map out how to expand it. And if you're not quite ready for long-term one-on-one support, you can start with my free 3-day abundance reset course that will help you reset your abundance and really get you back on track to expanding to the capacity that you're desiring. And you can come hang out with me on Instagram at Elevate with Lauren, where I share daily neuroscience-backed manifestation tips to help you expand your abundance mindset. You can also find me on YouTube and TikTok at Elevate with Lauren. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, wealth isn't just about what you attract, it's about what you can hold. So expand your capacity and watch how much more easily abundance flows in. I hope you love this episode. If you know someone who could benefit, please share it with them. Post it on your Instagram stories and tag me. Leave a rating and review, and I will catch you guys all in the next one. Bye.